welcome to the Incomplete Guide to Film podcast, where we're learning filmmaking together. I'm your host, Alex Pinnell, and today we're going to be talking about filmmaking on YouTube. So, YouTube is a very interesting place, especially after the inclusion of YouTube Red. YouTube is a place where creators can get in touch with their audience directly and vice versa. So it's given rise to many people being able to have huge followings working out of their basement. It's a very interesting thing and a very important thing for creators, I think, because it gets us involved with our audience directly, and it cuts down on production costs because you don't have to worry about distribution. So this question comes from a friend of mine, Chandler. He lives up in Michigan, and he runs Revive Studios. So you can check him out on SoundCloud, Twitter, and Facebook at Revive Studios. And he wants to know, well, he wanted me to do an episode about filmmaking on YouTube, how to collaborate with others, and how to make good content. So let's start with collaborating. Collaboration can be hard just because it can be hard to work with someone else who doesn't necessarily see eye to eye with you. And it's hard in the first place to just find people to work with. I know I've been having some difficulty down here in St. Louis. But I'm trying out something new, and anybody who's looking for collaboration partners, I would suggest this as well. I found the app Meetup. This was actually suggested to me by a friend a while back, but I haven't actually taken advantage of it until recently. And Meetup is an app that allows people to get together. It allows people to create groups, and then they can schedule meetings, and it's very useful, I've found. I haven't gone to a meeting yet, but I am part of a filmmakers group on there and a few other groups related to my interests. And it seems to be a really good way to get involved with people who share common interests. If you can find another YouTuber that lives in your area and you want to collaborate with them, I would suggest talking to them directly. I've actually talked to a few people directly on YouTube and some other things on SoundCloud and all that. And they've actually been very receptive, and they're usually very kind and respond quickly, which is very nice, especially for us new guys. They want to help us out, which is great. One of the highest profile people, I don't know exactly who I talk to because it's more of a company, but I talked to the guys over at the Hit House who make a lot of the trailer music that you'll hear. They did music for Zootopia recently. They did the trailer music for Iron Man 3. They're doing a lot of stuff with Disney. But they're also working with other people. They worked with FromSoft and Sony on the track for Bloodborne, which was just fantastic. I suggest that you go and watch the trailer, any of the trailers for Bloodborne, because the song's on there and it's fantastic. And they were very nice, and I just kind of talked to them and said, hey, I really like the stuff that you're doing, it's really great. And they were very nice and responded quickly, which I wasn't really expecting them to respond to my little comment, but it was kind of cool. It's very nice to have sort of a tightly knit community. And I think that YouTube has really facilitated the indie filmmaking market. Recently, I promoted Guy's Film on my Twitter, the guy's from Ireland, and he asked me to promote his film that he was releasing exclusively through YouTube. So, I helped him out, and he helped me out by promoting my channel as well. So, it's a close community of people helping each other, which is really great. And making good content. Making good content can be tricky sometimes, especially if you don't have the kind of gear that you need. But don't let that dissuade you. Don't let that keep you from doing what you want to do. Even if you just have a cell phone camera, you can do something. And YouTube being the community place that it is, people understand not having all the gear that you need to. And, then after a while, you can start to learn new techniques and get more gear and raise your production value. But I would say that the best thing to do is just to start. Even if you have nothing really to work with, just start. Because honestly, I had much bigger plans for this year, and I've been kind of falling down on it because I don't feel that I'm ready. So I'm kind of telling it to you as I'm telling it to me. Just start. Just do it. And the audience will come, and you'll get better as you do it. But if you don't do it, it'll never happen. So it's important to focus on making good content. Don't worry about views or subscribers. Make good content, and then eventually your audience will find you, and your views will come in then. It's a lot of work on the front end, but on the end of it, you will be rewarded. So, before we go, I have a cool little announcement. On Friday, Friday. On Friday, March 18th, Netflix's Daredevil series, Season 2, comes out. So, starting at 3 a.m., which is, when it comes out for me at least, 3 a.m. Central Time, that is, I will be reviewing the entire series episode by episode. So I'll be watching them as soon as they come out for me and reviewing them right after, giving my first thoughts and all that for every episode, and then the season as a whole. So I should have the first videos on YouTube about it, leading up to that, I'll be posting reviews of Daredevil, the 2003 Ben Affleck one, Elektra, and The Punisher, since they're all going to be on this season. I decided to review the solo films that they've each had. So be on the lookout for that. Have a good day and good filmmaking.